So in this video, I wanted to just reflect on what it was like to make the first video. And it was interesting. It taught me more about myself than I thought it would. Just like a 7-minute video, and the process of making that, it brought up some things to the surface. And so that's kind of got me thinking that we can create things, we can put them online. Is it art, music, video, any kind of creative aspect or pursuit? And these things can be, the act of doing this can be a way to learn more about ourselves, which is kind of exciting actually to see it in that framework. It is for me. It took me like many starts to get that video going, because I felt I was just too much in my head. And when I was in my head, I wasn't hearing what I wanted to say. I was hearing the criticisms that people may respond, and it wasn't my voice. It was the voices of people who have been critical of me in the past. And the biggest thing that I was kind of scared of by creating that and putting it online was I was scared of people criticizing me over being attention seeking. And what I'm doing is inherently attention seeking. But the big thing for me is I'm looking to connect with people that are on a similar wavelength. And before we can connect with people, we need their attention. I think there's shame around wanting attention. I think a lot of that comes from maybe how we were parented and our upbringing. But to build a community, to have people in your life that are important, you need to first get their attention. So that's been a big learning for me, that it's okay to ask for attention. And maybe now that I've gone through this little process, I feel more comfortable in asking for a healthy type of attention. And for me, I don't know what attention actually making these videos is gonna bring. But I'm curious to find out. The other thing I was thinking, that pause is almost too long. Almost. The other thing I was thinking was how much I've learnt just in the process of doing. So I came into this without any experience in making film. I've taken the odd photo. Well, I've taken a good few photos on an old film camera, stills, which I love. I love that process. I'm still very much an amateur. So I learned, I kind of knew the basics of lenses and the basics of exposure, not very well. But just that one day, so I shot super early in the morning. I went to work and I came back and I kind of edited over the space of a couple of hours. I just edited some color and tried to fix the mic, because there was some horrible feedback happening and I had to try and get rid of that, and that took ages. So these are like solving problems, solving your own problems, and learning by doing is just such a powerful way to learn. So I'm going to keep this video quite short actually, and what I feel like are takeaways for me from that process are videotaping yourself, or videotaping, man, I feel I sound old. No one says videotaping anymore. Capturing yourself in some way. That's a good way to think about it. Capturing yourself in some way, be it through your artistic endeavors or capturing yourself in a photo or video, is it can be a powerful tool for self-awareness and personal development. So that's cool to explore. That maybe have you ever used that? Have you any tips for us on how to use that on a daily basis? I'm thinking about video journaling or something along those lines. And asking for attention is the other thing that I've learned through this process, is a healthy thing if it's the right kind of attention, and it's very natural. As babies, attention is so important. It's connected very closely with our well-being and with our safety and our survival. We've got a newborn boy, and he is most happy when he has both of his parents' attention on him, giving him full love. And I just see that he feels safest and most comfortable then, besides when he's eating. That's another, but besides that. So what happens that we feel shame around wanting attention? What kind of opinions around attention were there when we were growing up that we aren't comfortable with it? And how maybe can we step into asking for the attention that provides us our needs for connection, our need for family, our need for support. And also, the other thing I've learned from this whole process is the best way to learn to do something is just to do it and figure it out along the way and make mistakes and be vulnerable and be okay with putting up stuff that's not perfect and learning through the process. So that kind of sums up actually what I feel this channel is going to be about. It's going to be trying to help you, trying to help me go through a process of self-awareness, of personal development, because it continues. It never stops. I've been at this now for 5 years, probably solid 4 or 5 years, and I'm constantly learning new things about myself. And working along with others is also, I'm learning loads about myself through their processes. And the other thing that this channel is going to be about is the process of creating and what that looks like and what it brings up in me, and what it might bring up in you, and maybe sharing that process, that it's okay, that this is a very normal part of putting yourself out there, and also showing you a little bit, I suppose, on the behind the scenes of what it's like to make these videos. And I'm not saying behind the scenes as in the software and the cameras I'm using. I'm behind these scenes, behind this, what's going on behind this curtain, which is, I suppose, more influential than the tools you use. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it there, and I look forward to figuring out what the next video is going to be about. But yeah, please leave a comment. I'd love to hear your opinions on this. If any of this resonates with you, if you like it, if you think it's a load of nonsense, please tell me. I'd love to just have a conversation with you. Okay, see you.